Hey, it's Adriana, and my number 9 of all time is Blue Valentine. Blue Valentine is a movie that really affected me, and it's just such a realistic and hard-hitting film that, I mean, it's incredibly depressing, but it's depressing because it's so gritty and real, and it really has a unique feel to it as well. It's the debut film from director Derek Cianfrance, who his new movie The Place Beyond the Pines just came out, which I also reviewed, and I also really enjoyed that movie. But Blue Valentine is kind of like a real super cinematic achievement in the way that it takes the story of this couple of Dean and Cindy and really like lets you get to know them in such a different way that I haven't really seen in another movie. So the premise of Blue Valentine, it's about a couple, Dean and Cindy, and they're played by Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams, who both give incredible performances. Michelle Williams was nominated for an Oscar for this. Ryan Gosling wasn't. I think she should have won the Oscar, and I think he should have been nominated, and he should have had a chance of winning that too. We see them now. We see them over the course of a few days in the present, and how the relationship's kind of falling apart, and they don't. It's just, the romance isn't there anymore, and they don't really even seem to love each other anymore. And it takes that sadness, that really this like very dark reality of their relationship, and it bounces back and forth to when they first met and fell in love. So you get to see them when they first meet 6 years ago and see their relationship, how it like blossomed, and then you get to see it now and what it's become. So just the juxtaposition of that and going in between, like, one scene's in the present and one's in the past, and the way it just bounces back and forth is something that was really unique, I felt. The director does a really good job, and I've read a lot into the movie because I love it so much, obviously. He actually had Michelle Williams and Ryan Gosling live together in a house with their daughter, the girl who plays their daughter, and really just a lot of improvisation, a lot of just kind of being these characters and living in this and living together and just like letting the relationship kind of grow in that way. Kind of like a really interesting method acting technique, but it really works because it shows in the movie. Just you really kind of feel the tension of the relationship as it's progressed and the romance of it as it started. And there's so many scenes in this movie that are just so heartwarming. Like, I just really love that scene where Dean's playing the ukulele, singing that song, You Always Hurt the Ones You Love, which is such a great use of a song in a movie. That song just, like, it describes this movie in a sentence, basically, just that, the name of the song. And Michelle Williams is like Cindy, she's just like dancing in like kind of like the storefront. The movie has really awkward, intense moments. It has really sweet, beautiful moments. Their wedding is so beautiful. There's so many things. This movie was really weird for me because when I watched it in theaters a couple of years ago when it first came out, I didn't cry at all through the whole movie, even though I wanted to. But as soon as it ended, like literally as the credits rolled, I started bawling, like really seriously crying really hard. It just like kind of hits you in such a, it's like so impactful. I can't really even describe how impactful it is. Like, it's not like I've been through anything like the characters, but to make someone who even hasn't been through that feel something so strongly, and I'm sure anyone who, has been through a divorce or who has something similar in their life to this movie, to watch how real it is, it's really hard-hitting. This movie introduced me to one of my favorite bands, Grizzly Bear. They're pretty indie, but they soundtrack the movie, and it's actually a lot of their songs that are on one of their albums, but with the words taken out, just like instrumental versions. And it like fits the mood of this movie so well, and just like the whole feel, like the camera style, everything everything just encompasses, like, it's a real feeling that you get watching this movie. It's a real atmosphere watching this movie. It just really achieves something magnificent and beautiful. Yeah, there's just a really authentic feeling to this film, and I think a lot of it was kind of like improvised, and a lot of it just, I don't know, just everything just happens just very natural, and I guess it's a good word for this movie. It's very natural and just, yeah, just really captures something really beautiful in both ways. In the falling in love and the falling out of love, it really gets the essence of both of those things. So, anyways, Blue Valentine, it's a beautiful, heartbreaking film. I obviously love it so much. It's in my top 10 of all time. And you should definitely watch it, and then also watch The Place Beyond the Pines. Not very different movies, but the same director, so it's got a similar, very realistic vibe. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my review. And also wanted to mention, it looks like I skipped my number 10 video for my top 10, but I didn't. I actually, on my Tumblr, if you follow me on Tumblr, you would see that I linked to it because I had already reviewed my number 10 movie, which is Garden State. I'd reviewed it through another thing that I do, We Live Film. So I'm just going to put the link under this video if you want to see my number 10 review. It's of Garden State. I didn't want to just redo another review. It kind of would have been pointless because I've already said everything that I need to say about Garden State. And look out tomorrow for my number 8 movie. And yeah, thank you so much.